I'm going to go over how to use this damn thing. This is a 3M masking dispenser. I've currently got this one loaded with plastic. There's the paper one there, and this is the most annoying tool that I own. It's really useful though. That's why I use it. So what you'll have to deal with this is the tape will come off of the plastic or the paper, less so on the paper, more on the plastic, and you'll have to keep readjusting it. And there's somewhat of a technique to get this to work properly. I'll kind of go over some of the basics to try to mitigate that. It is not possible to avoid it. You're just going to end up fiddling with it for the first handful of times. And then eventually you'll get to a point where you only have to deal with it every once in a while. It's a very fiddly, kind of very particular type of tool. So let's get started with that. So right off the bat, you're going to have to buy a blade for this. It doesn't come with them. You'll have to align the holes to the size that you have. Get contractor grade tape. This works best on the device. You generally don't want to use frog tape on this because it's much harder to pull. Unless you're trying to make a really super straight line, it's going to be real difficult to get this to stay on your plastic without using it. So use the contractor grade. That'll get you through 99% of it. Most projects you want to use 99 inches. And you will have the option between 99, 72, 48. 48 is pretty useful for a decent amount of things. I accidentally bought a bunch of this 48. 99 is good enough for almost all of it. So if you don't want to have to buy two different sizes, just go with the 99 and you can just cut it to size. It's a bit of a waste, but it saves you time. So yeah, you load your 99 into this and you get that to as snug as you can. If it's not right up against the end of it, you're gonna have trouble. You wanna pull that out and cut so you have a nice clean edge. So you put your hand, so you see what I'm doing here is you put your hand on the left side of it with your left hand and you hold up that little lever, and then you want to take your right hand and you put it over the plastic. You can use that little tab that's in there. It doesn't, in my personal experience, it doesn't work. The one that's closer to the tape, and then you pull it out and then you cut your edge. There is a way that you want to do this that doesn't make it so it always derails. You want to pull it down away from the masker, like down like this, not up. Because if you pull up, it'll pull that tab up and the tape won't be, there's like the tab pushes down the tape onto the plastic, and that's going to cause you an issue. And you're just, it's gonna be a struggle, but when you get about midway through the roller, it starts smoothing out. So cutting your plastic is part of the challenge too. If you don't have a sharp blade and you have a dull one, you're going to end up with a situation where you are constantly fighting it when it's not tacked down already. So you'll have to really pull it away from you at arm's length to get it to not stick to itself. Once it sticks to itself, just trash it and start over. There's no point in like trying to in some cases you've gone the entire length of the wall and you're like, crap, I have to fix this. In that case, take some extra tape where there's holes, tack it down, no big deal. But in the situation where it's only an arm's length and it's all tangled up already, just chuck it and just start over. And I think that's kind of the basics for now. So I didn't cover the paper variation of this because it isn't any different. It's just paper instead of plastic. With the plastic variation, you have one extra step when you tack it down. You pull down the plastic to, get it to full length, but they aren't really any different. The major difference between the plastic and the paper is that just the paper is easier to pull out, and that's it. And that pretty much encapsulates the masker. It's gonna take a bit of practice to get used to it, but once you get used to it, it's just one of those things where you just hate to use it, but you need to use it. I'll make another video detailing the specifics of different objects with the masker. Things like windows, doors, closing off areas to make a doorway, that kind of thing. This is just kind of dealing with the tool itself, and in the other videos, I'll go over creative uses of it. But yeah, good luck out there, guys. Happy painting.